there and visited Gettysburg, visited Washington, D.C. for a few days, went to Mount Vernon, and back home through the Smoky Mountains. Another very favorite was Grand Canyon, and Albert happened to have a birthday when we were sitting at the rim of the Grand Canyon. We think that was probably 51 or 52. We went on further west that afternoon to find a place to stay, and we got into a town that got up to the mountains where there were no vacancies.
I think that might be in the 60s.
I did make a mistake. It would be 60s.
It'd be in the
You're right.
60s.
Been 50s. Bruce wouldn't have been this
That's
old.
right.
60s. It's awful hard to keep the 50s and the 60s straight. So we were just really didn't know what we were going to have to do. Maybe have to sleep in the car because it was mountain driving. We didn't want to drive any further after 10 o'clock at night maybe. So we got out and looked at one place, and I said, we will not stay at that place. Got back in the car. Just as I got in the car, there was a vacancy flashed on in a nice-looking motel down the street. So we did have a place to stay in that town. I don't remember what it was, but it was an experience to be someplace where there's no place to go to sleep overnight, and you wonder what you'll do. In 1951, we had pretty good sized floods. Even I can remember the road being covered with water up on the prairie dog north of our place, about a little over 2 miles. And that was the year that Ronald graduated from high school and was thinking of going to K-State. Even had some offers to go down to help clean up the flood down in Manhattan. We didn't because we had lots of work to do at home. Ronald had been very successful in some of these future farmers classes with Ron King, and was looking forward to his going to K-State to study. That fall was that next winter was an interesting experience because Bruce was born in December of 51. Ken went to kindergarten, and one day in the spring I took Bruce in the basket to visit Ken's class in kindergarten. It was a nice feeling. I had somebody in college, somebody in kindergarten, and somebody in a basket. The next year then Peggy, we were beginning to see a lot of Peggy in those days, and Peggy went to K-State in 52, home economics classes. In that year, the Steeles, Grandma and Grandpa Steele, came to Colby to run the country club, and began to see a lot of Paul. He and Sharon graduated in 53, went on that fall, Sharon to K-State, and Paul to KU. That was an exceptionally hard experience for me because I'd been so used to having Sharon there. If I'd get more planned than I could manage, Sharon wasn't there to call on to, you do this to help me get ready for whatever I was trying to do. So I found out how tough it was when I had to depend on me to do it. But about that time then we had Rosie Aschenbrenner come to our home from, she lived 3 miles north, and she would drive over in the mornings and help with whatever I needed, and she became our very good steady helper, and she and Bruce had lots of good times. So Albert and I would go places in the evening, and she and Bruce would dance. I can remember one time we came home, they'd had a great big straw hat with a big brim in the middle of the floor, and they'd been doing the Mexican hat dance. That spring, after I get a rest, huh? The spring of '53, after months of real bad gallbladder attacks, I had surgery, had it planned so that Sharon would finish high school and be there to help with the work and take care of Bruce. And Ronald and Peggy were married June the 17th, 1954. 53. Okay. I guess I had it. And then all through these years, we've been regular in attendance at Sunday school and church, and Albert was on the fund drive to build the education building at the church. The congregation had turned down an opportunity to get property west of town to build a new church, so that was successful, and we had a new education building in probably 52 or 53. I have a picture here I really am fond of. It's a picture of the dog, great big, what kind of dog?
Monarch, it's a Saint Bernard.
A Saint Bernard. That was a good playmate for the kids. But when Ronald and Sharon both left for college, Monarch kept running off, so we had to give up on Monarch. In 1954 is when I had rheumatic fever, went in the hospital for 6 weeks, and during that time, Irene and Elle took Bruce out to Denver, and that was a good experience for them, and Bruce enjoyed it very much. Albert was on the board, often would go to Wichita for meetings, but he also was on the Island School of Theology board, and I got to go there because that was a place where we could leave Bruce and I could go with Albert to the dinner meetings. That was several good experiences. I need to go back and tell about Albert's first car. When he graduated from Hebron in the spring of '29, he applied for schools, got the one in Thomas County, but didn't have any way to get down here. So he talked with his brother Charlie, and Charlie loaned him $125 to buy a Ford Model T touring car. That was really a sacrifice because Charlie would go away from his home all winter, leave his family. They lived on the farm and they were able to provide for themselves, but he'd go out to shuck corn by hand all winter long for farmers all over Nebraska to bring home some spending money. So it's just hard to realize what a sacrifice that was to him. But it meant so much to Albert. He paid it back. Also, on this $85 a month that his salary that he's in school, in the country school, paid $20 for board and room. And by the next fall, he was able to buy his finances Model A car. I had a Model A. They were about the same. And years later, 15 years ago or so, Ken found this Model A for us to have for a souvenir, which is reminiscent of the car that Albert and I each had one of. What's funny, I can't remember whose car we kept, whether we kept Albert's car or mine. I expect we kept his and sold mine. This one was a picture taken last fall when we had our fair parade, the BPW. We decorated it to show 50 years of service to the community by BPW. Then Albert soon found himself involved in the fund drive for the Pioneer Memorial Library. That was a success because many people were interested in donating funds for this new library for Thomas County because it was in memory of their parents who had come here to Thomas County in pioneer times. Ronald graduated from college, from K-State in 55. And Ronald and Peggy came to the farm, and that was a real good experience to have them there. In November of '55, Gerald E. was born at KU. Sharon and Paul had been married in '53, I guess, and Sharon went on to KU with Paul. And so Bruce was an uncle at 3 years of age.
They were married in '54.
They were married in '54. Okay. You were married in '53.
Right.
So Sharon and Paul were married in '54. Geraldine was born in November of '55. So then I was thinking about, I was born in 1913, the first of that generation. Ronald was born in '33, the first of that generation. Geraldine was born in '55, first of that generation. Of course, we were all rejoicing at Geraldine being the first of our new generation. The year following, I think, '56, we celebrated our 25th anniversary and had lots of Nebraska relatives down for that. About that time, I was also interested in and having a good time driving all over the district with Viola Emmel because we were officers on the district for United Methodist Women. Paul graduated from KU in probably 53.
But he went in '50.
So after he
54.
graduated, they went to Dodge City, where he was passed his CPA exam for the first time he took it. Sharon had graduated Phi Beta Kappa, and there in Dodge City, they lived in an apartment for a while and then built their own house. And Jean and Joe were both born there. I had a good experience when I went down to visit their Christmas homes tour. Probably Joe was a baby, and came home with that idea, and we've been doing a Christmas homes tour with our church ladies probably ever since. Our next one's coming up week from Sunday. Then Lon was born in 1958, in January. Jean was born in May, and Brian was born in August of '59. Wendy was born on Lon's birthday when he was 4 years old in '62. And following that, Ronald and Peggy and their family went to Topeka for Ronald to enter law school. That must have been January of '62. During the years around about that time, Bruce was writing the Farm Star and sending to all the relatives around, and I have those stored. It's going to be fun to get them out. I probably could learn a lot of dates and things that happened if I'd gotten those out for this history review. Albert was on the school board for public schools in the early '60s. During those years, they